Hello students, how are you? I think all you're fine. Yes, so this is the second video of the lesson 3, the glimpses of the past. Okay, this is the beautiful lesson for you, and you're going to learn more and more things from this lesson. So you have to be with this, and you should learn each and everything what is there in this textbook with this lesson here. Okay, you have a thinking and you have an imagination of every characters which is mentioned here in the small pictures of this big poster. So you have to read it out and examine, okay, and try to understand what is there in this in their mind. So okay, let's begin with the today's video with this picture, and the title of the picture is Third British Rule. So before beginning this, just recall your previous one. What did we learn in the previous? We learned there 4 to 5 points. What were they? The lesson starts with the popular song. Okay, ये मेरे वतन के लोगों, which is written there in the English script. And then there is a war between Indian rulers, and this war is benefited to the Britishers, and the benefit of this war is taken by Britishers. Okay, and uh, our small leaders fought against the Britishers. Okay, and there were the big kings and the small leaders, and who used to fight together in a small intervals of time, and these Britishers had taken the benefit of this. Okay, while taking the benefit, they know each and everything to whom we have to make a friend and to whom we should be enemy. Okay, here the Britishers made a friend a big kings, and they supported a big kings by their armies, and they fought against the small leaders, okay, by sending their army and killing the enemies soldiers. Okay, when these small leaders will defeated by the Britishers, and these big leaders conquer their area, and they make them a slave, or they make them prison, okay, inside their kingdom. Okay, when these all things happening, then what happens there in the villages of our India? Then there is small groups, okay, who appreciated the British, okay, for our help. For an example, in the previous video might be you heard that some of the peoples were telling these Britishers are very good one. They might be God had sent these Britishers for our help, and they are doing very good reforms here in our India, so we should please them. But it was not a truth, and the peoples got knew about the truth when the Britishers conquered the Mysuru king Tipu Sultan, and he is a very good person, okay, for the localized people of Hindu, and he is a very justifiable person, and he do justice against every kind of injustice and another kind of cruel acts. Okay, and these are the things what he did for the peoples, like he abolished untouchability, and he abolished crime against women, and he did such a good things, okay, for the Hindu peoples. All right. So when these Britishers fought against the Tipu Sultan, and Tipu Sultan got defeated, and then our Indians got new as these peoples are really bad one. Whatever it may be, the big kings or big leaders and big kingdom is belongs to our own country. If they are putting some taxes, and if they are beating us, torturing us, and they are creating a such kind of cruel atrocity against us, then it is with us only. And we don't have a faith on the Britishers, because at all they are from the outsiders, and they are going to do something wrong in the coming future. But we should please to our own land peoples, rather than we can put a faith on the Britishers. Now they are getting learning a small lesson from the Britishers cruel act. So these all things what we learned in the previous video, isn't it? Yes. So let's begin with the today's video. Okay, in the today's video we have the British rule, so it is mentioned there. Okay, in the top of this picture you can say we have the British rule. When did the British rule had taken place in India? It had taken place in 1765, in between 1836. So it is all about, okay, the era of 17th and 18th century. Okay, in this century, what happened? These Britishers start showing their real face, okay, in front of our Indian society, and they start showing a real face. And about this we are going to learn such a good thing from this. So let's begin what the people thinking and what the people thinks for the Britishers. So here I'm going to read this sentence. Okay, fine. So this sentence I am going to read here. What is here? Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. See here. Here we have a religious leaders. Okay, religious leaders means a group of peoples having their own religion. For example, in India there are many religions, like a majority religion is Hindu. Okay, Hindu, and some of the minority religion is Christianity, okay, Sikhism, Muslim, and Jainism, Buddhism, and these are the religious leaders who belongs to their own religion community. They start making a they start converting the peoples into a group, and they teaching them a lesson, okay, about the untouchability and child marriage. Okay, then what happens? They are teaching them about untouchability. Okay, some of the Hindu religion, okay, some sage, some monks who are teaching the peoples in a group, and they are teaching them we should stay aside, we should stay away from the peoples like who are untouchable. We don't supposed to touch those peoples who belongs to the untouchability community. Okay, here the meaning of untouchability means there are a group of peoples in such a small community. Okay, in the previous days they were considered as a Chuvachut people, okay, the untouchable people, and here the upper class people was not supposed to touch those peoples. If he touched them, then he has to take a bath. So these kind of ideologies and the mindset these religious leaders are teaching to the group of the peoples, and it is a wrong thing. Along with, they are also teaching them child marriage. Okay, here they are teaching when the small girl just becomes adolescent, she has to be get married to a big groom. Okay, groom. So in between her age of 14 to 17 she have to be get married. Okay, this is called a child marriage. So this kind of awkward thinking and awkward teaching is taught by the religious leaders here, okay, during the period of 17th and 18th century to the uneducated peoples. And one of the sages thinking, anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. So here I read this. So what is there? Anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. So this religious leader is teaching them, if anyone is not going to be follow this untouchability and child marriage, then he has to give up his religion. Then we will not consider him as a Hindu man, we will consider him another caste man. So with this threat, with this fear, people start accepting this kind of cruel practice, cruel act, and they obeying their religious leader. Okay, Swamiji, we will follow this, and we will not going to be do something wrong with your principle, and we will follow your principle, we will follow your saying, and we will going to do same, and we will marry our small daughters to the big groom, and we will follow child marriage. So people's got struck inside the net of the big religious leaders, and they were showing their dominance. These religious peoples are showing their highness, dominance, okay, they are in front of the small people, and they are telling no one is superior than us. Even the Britishers also obey us. These religious leaders are teaching this kind of unuseful thing to the Indian peoples. Now comes to another picture. What is there in the picture? You can see a old man is there with two peoples. Okay, here he is discussing them, and he is thinking something else about the women. What he is thinking? All the misery in the world is due to women. See, this old man, this experienced man, instead of giving a good advice to the youngsters, he is thinking something awkward. Okay, what he think? All the misery in the world is due to woman. See what he's telling. All the act of cruel thing. Okay, what is happening wrong here is all due to women in this world. So it is totally wrong thing, isn't it? So why this old man is speaking? Because a religious leader taught him bad lesson. That's why he is speaking like this, and he shouldn't supposed to speak. Nowadays if he speaks, our journal people never going to be accept this, and he might be put into the jail. But at the time of 17th and 18th century, there is not even a perfect law and orders. The Britishers, what the Britishers set for our peoples, we are going to obey it. And these kind of religious leaders keep the Britishers inside their hands, and they are teaching this common man something wrong lesson, and they are allowing the Britishers to exploit us. All right. Okay, so here comes to next picture. What is there in this picture? Let's read it out. Okay, here the picture signifies that the truth was that Indians had lost self-respect. The British scored them. Yes. Okay, one man from the picture is speaking. The natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. And another one who is doing a namaskar, might be he is a Indian. What he is speaking, and he is supporting to the British. Okay, what he is telling? True, your honor, but I am honest. See here a discussion is going in between the viceroy, in between the Mountbatten, and in between the agent of a British East India Company and a conveyor who is from our Indian side. Might be he is knowing English, that's why he kept him for a British job. So here they are telling the truth was that Indians had lost self-respect. The British scorned them. Okay, they are talking in between them. These Indians don't have a self-respect. They are going to give their attitude, give their status. Okay, and they are going to put it in front of another people, and they are ready to exploit it by us. So these Indians are so awkward. They don't know about self-respect, and they don't have any self-respect also. Okay, and we have to exploit them in any ways. How can we do? So this kind of questions is asked by the viceroy here. But here viceroy is telling, but the natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. Here viceroy is telling, these peoples are they don't know how to speak honest. Okay, they are not a honest peoples, and they are unworthy of trust. We can't trust on them. At a time comes when they will change their mind. What a wrong they will do us, we don't know. So we can't trust them. So just keep it aside from our business, he is telling. But one man who is standing behind the two men, he is telling, no sir, I am honest for you, because I am a conveyor. Because these kind of agents at the time of British rule helped the Britishers to exploit India very badly, because for the sake of their own they supported the Britishers, and they they made each and everything possible to exploit India. Okay, by the whom? By Britishers. All right, fine. So these peoples can be considered here the conveyor in between Britishers and Indians. Now students, comes to fourth picture of this poster. What it tells? Here in this picture you are getting too many of peoples, okay, standing in the bazaar, okay, standing in the street, and some of them talking to the Britishers, and Britishers are telling something or arrowing somewhere else. Okay, so what is there in the conversation? Let's read it out. Being merchants, the British wanted quick profits. Their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. See here, exploitation of Britishers. Okay, here the theft of Indian resources had taken place. How it taken place? Being merchants, there were trade and commerce business in between British and India, where peasants, even farmers, are supposed to grow a very expensive crop. okay, and they have to sell to the Britishers in a very low price by paying too much of taxes. Okay, when this tax system was implemented in India, and it is called exploitation of Indians' resources by the Britishers. Being merchants, I am reading out here. Being merchants, the British wanted quick profits. Here, Britishers were the merchants and they were involved in trade and commerce business, and they want a quick profit. Their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their field. Even our India is dominated by the farmers, because our Indian economy nowadays is totally dependent on agriculture. Not totally, but 60% of our Indian economy is dependent on agriculture, and at that time farmers having a huge land and they used to grow crops. Okay, instead of okay, for the security of farmers, they have to pay too many of taxes, okay, in name of the resources, in name of the production what they produce from their fields. When they couldn't supposed to pay the taxes to the Britishers, heavy taxes which is implemented by the Britishers, in exchange Britishers forcefully taking out their land and writing it down for their own sake. So here the farmers are exploited by selling their big lands in such a low cost to the Britishers. So see these, the Britishers started showing their real face, okay, after showing a good status in front of the society. Now they start exploiting our Indian farmers. So in between, a conversation happened in between the Britishers and the Indian peasant. What kind of conversation is this? Just read it out. First we will read our farmer's conversation. What he tells: "But your men are taking all my crop," and this Britisher is telling, "You are still in arrears. If you don't pay next week, I will send you to jail." See this kind of saying, this kind of very dangerous thing he is telling to the farmer. If you not going to pay your tax, then I will take out each and everything from you, even your resources also, even your land also. All right, okay, now comes to another picture here. What it tells: in this picture you can see here a man is sitting on the chair, and he might be a leader of the British rule, and two of the peoples are standing in front of a viceroy. So this picture is all about this. Just read it out. "Still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profits." Now Britishers were too sharp, because they were merchants and they need a quick profits, and they are not dependent on the small profit. And now they are planning something different to exploit our Indian farmers. What is their planning? Let's read it out. So what this viceroy is reading or telling: "The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India." See here, a new thing happened here. Okay, in India there is no system, there is no rules and regulation at the time of 17th and 18th century. Anyone can come in India without any passport, visa. So anyone can go back without any passport and visa. But these things is not happening in the USA and Europe, because they are too developed, they are too systemized, and they blocked their area and they block their territory, and no one supposed to enter in British and Europe without the permission of their ruler. But here in India there are no rulers, there are kingdoms, different kingdoms, big king, small king, okay, and they have to look over their own kingdom, and they are not supposed and they don't bother about another kingdom. Okay, and this made India to exploited by the Britishers, and they are not care about the whole country, they are only caring about their own kingdom, and sometimes they are fighting with each another. But what planned here? Viceroy is planning: we take these precious resources from the farmers, what they are growing, and we will take this back to our own country, and we will convert this good into a finished good. Okay, the good which is not used, and it is not biodegradable also, and it can be taken back to some another country for sale. So the good which is taken from our India is converted into a finished good, is converted into a goods which are usable by our Indian peoples in form of the wearing, in form of shoes, in form of clothes, in form of any usable materials like whatever we are using in our home now, like brushes, mirror, okay, and glasses and plates. All these are called finished goods, and it is brought back to our India, which is made from our resources. And while bringing back to our India, here in India there are no import duties. Anyone can come and do a business here with our Indian merchants. So this is a big profit for the Britishers. And with this profit, what they did, a man is speaking something. A good idea, sir, very good idea. I couldn't thought about this. You are a genius, sir. You thought a very good thing. This man is telling to the viceroy. Okay, now comes to another thing. The East India Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries. Okay, the laws which were made by the East India Company, they start demolishing our Indian industries. Okay, begin to cripple Indian industries. Okay, small scale industries were there in India where farmers produce goods in their land, and they were making small things what they grow, and they're selling in the market in the form of barter system. But what is happening here, these East India Company bringing their finished goods, setting up another market in Indian territory, and they are making this small scale industry vanished from our country, and they are setting up their East India Company. Okay, these companies totally meant for the big industries where they are utilizing our resources, exploiting it in their owned industry, and selling those products in a huge rate to the farmers of India, to the peoples of India. All right. So now let's begin with another picture which is mentioned here. You can see an old man, okay, doing something here with his family, okay, with his family inside his home. What he is thinking, let's read out his thoughts. Okay, the British policies ruined the expert artisan and their business. So this old man is too sad, and he's something very bad for his business. What he is thinking, oh no, these Britishers are so cruel, say they are so coward, and they made our business unvaluable, and they are not going to value our business because of their finished good what they are bringing from their British and selling out here in the high price to our peoples. So our business got struck due to this. So they are so bad peoples, and what we will eat now, we don't have anything to do in our life. All right students, so this is all about for the British rule.